Hey everybody, it's WrestleMania week, and instead of being at WrestleMania, we're at SummerSlam 93. I'm your host, Ray Goots. Andrew Lee is with me. This episode is dropping early this week because, like I said, it's WrestleMania week. Andrew Lee, bro, are you excited?
I'm more excited to I didn't feel excited until actually today for some reason.
Well, I felt it Monday.
And
Bro.
I bet you tomorrow and the closer we get to it, like Friday and stuff, I'm actually gonna get more excited. I don't I'm one of those people that I don't get excited until it's like right happening because I'll who knows, like I'll get excited when it actually happens because I face so much failure and disappointment in my life that yeah.
Well, this is the week of weeks. 5 years ago, me and Andrew, we went to the TNA show and got hot dogs beforehand. Um,
At Rutt's Hut.
Ruts Hut. Isn't it fucking crazy that place used to stay open till midnight and then COVID was 4 years ago. They still like the last time you could go there at midnight was 5 years ago. Like now they close
Yeah,
at
you can't go there. You can't go there at midnight anymore. They think they close at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
like why are you still I want to ask why are you still closing at 8 o'clock? Like
Oh, they said they didn't have enough staff.
now
I did ask. I
for
did
four
ask.
years you anyway, let's another 4 years ago we had it was more like a WrestleMania weekend because it was the COVID WrestleMania, but we did our fucking review. We did a pod. It's on the Goots Cast feed. Then 3 years ago, we did a whole week of remember we did like everything. We did NXT, we did AEW, we did Impact, we did the Hall of Fame, we did Raws, we did fucking everything. That was
Yeah,
4 years ago.
I remember that. Yeah.
And 2 years ago, we did it again. We did a whole week of things. We did the Ring of Honor pay per view. We did a bunch of shit, and that was the last time we never went back to the Gootscast. Last year, I was in California for WrestleMania, and I did the Laps fan at the Comedy Chateau. And this year, me and Andrew Lee we're doing this podcast to talk about SummerSlam '93. But on Friday night the 5th at 11:30, we are going to be next door to the ECW arena to do the big ass Extreme Comedy Bash. Um, $20 BYOB. This show is basically going to be if ECW did comedy shows. If ECW was a comedy booking operation on a wrestling promotion, what type of comedy show would they do? And we're gonna bring it to you. What do you think about that, bro?
I'm excited for that. Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see who's. It's happening right after that ECW show ends, and it's legit. We're legit right next door.
We're
We're in the
literally we're
building.
the building. We're in the same building.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, if you're in that area, you're probably gonna be amped because you watched like 50-year-old Two Cold Scorpio jump off something and just sit on someone's face. So if you want to, like, you're excited, yeah. And a lot of the people on the show are wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be fucking talking about shit, making jokes about Becky Lynch's fucking surgery on her face. She's gotten a lot of work done on her face, dude, or something like that. She looks
Uh,
weird. She
well,
looks weird.
I think when you fuck Seth, something happens.
Oh,
Then
she,
Sunday at noon at Punchline Philly, Laps Fan presents Bozo's Biceps and Brunch. We will be there again. We that's gonna be at Punchline Philly. Already a ton of tickets sold, but you can also grab tickets for that. Put in the link. And right after that, I'm headed to the stadium. I'm gonna go to night two of WrestleMania,
yeah.
and Lee will be going home to his women hating convention. Correct?
I yes, yeah, and I'm gonna go see my niece and nephew. Um, and I'm probably gonna catch it later. But are you excited about WrestleMania Night Two card?
I mean, I'm excited for the main event. The card. I mean, I kind of wish the Usos was night two. I kind of wish that the 6 pack ladder match was night two, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
but
It is
that's
what it is. But I think the main event is the only. I think the main reason I'm there is that main event. I got to see Cody beat Roman. Last year was
yeah.
so
You were very upset about that, man. Remember that?
yeah, I was pissed, and it was so deflating. I really do think the more I really think that was Vince's call. I think they were gonna have Cody win.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I don't think you're wrong about that. I think it was kind of Vince's call on that, or Junior's call on that. I'm looking at
What's the night 2 card? I know it's
yeah,
up.
I'm looking at the night 2 card, and one thing I want to say about WrestleMania, what do you call it? I forgot what to say. But anyway, you have Seth Rollins versus Drew
I'm looking
McIntyre.
forward to that too, especially because
Yeah.
CM Punk's gonna be doing commentary. I have a
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
he's not
Go ahead.
as we. I have a feeling he's not as hurt as we think.
Who?
Punk.
That's possible. Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah, that's possible. You know what I think is I saw someone mention this, and I think this may happen. Is Damian Priest is still holding that briefcase,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he
I
has
I
to.
would not do anything at WrestleMania. I would do it on Raw.
But oh, okay. When does it expire? Doesn't it expire though?
Yeah, in July, you got plenty of time.
Oh, it expires in July.
Yeah.
Oh, then I thought it expired at WrestleMania. Never mind. Fuck it. My theory's out.
I mean, they could do something. What I would do is, I would do, I would have Drew win, and in Punk's match with Drew, I would have Damian Priest run in and win the belt. But I also kind of feel like they should have gave the belt to Damian Priest before the Punk stuff, before Punk showed up. I think they waited too long because I kind of feel like you give him the belt, and then there's so much storyline set up between Seth and Drew and Punk. If you give Damian Priest the belt now, it's almost like then like you have to immediately get it off him so you can go back to the story that you want to tell. You know?
Yeah. hmm There's only 6 matches for night 2, so it's actually one match less
I
than
think they're
night
gonna add
1.
something.
You're probably gonna add something. It's
I think
probably gonna
Liv
be.
Morgan versus Nia Jax. I think will be added.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably with that makes it even worse. Uh, I was gonna say, can you put fucking Tozawa in there in an eating competition? That's more interesting. That would be way more interesting, to be honest. But all right, that's fine. Yeah. So, but you know what? Just you being there, the atmosphere is probably gonna be great
Yeah.
because it's WrestleMania at the end of the day, and I think if they do Cody Roman well, that's gonna be at the end of the day, you're gonna get your money's worth.
So,
And
did you see the MJF tweet today?
no, what was his tweet? I want to. I'm the first
So,
time hearing
so
about it.
this woman painted a portrait. Now, remember, Rock keeps saying, "Enjoy the ride I'm taking you," right? And he
hmm
has said in the past, "I want to present wrestling very different. I want this to be a different way to build to WrestleMania," right?
Yeah.
So, a woman painted a portrait of Rock beating Cody. And Rock shared it, and Rock said, "I want to buy this from you. This is a great painting." MJF has not tweeted since before World on Fire or the World's End, where the fuck that pay-per-view was in December, and said, "Rock, first you steal my idea of whipping Cody, and now you're flirting with my ex-fiance. Why can't you just leave me alone, Dwayne or Dewey?" And I remembered his ex-fiance was a painter. Now, this is my thing. That would be fucking a very original way to bring MJF in. That they get the ex-fiance to make this painting, Rock starts talking to her, and MJF gets so upset he signs with WWE and saves Cody at WrestleMania to get revenge on The Rock. Because I'm just like, they all have to know this is MJF's ex-fiance. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
like, I don't know. Like, I thought to myself, is this how you bring in MJF? Because it's such a different way to do it. Like, The Rock fucking around social media causes MJF, the character, to come in to get revenge on Rock.
So that's a very interesting theory, and I did recently start hearing rumblings about how his contract is probably not a lot of people thinking that he's MJF is done in AEW, like he's no longer with them, and if that's the case, yeah, I think that would be a very interesting way to bring him in. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's like The Rock was The Rock, the whole time he's been fucking around on Twitter. Well, that indirectly caused MJF's like, well, I was gonna go back to AEW, but when I saw you talking to my ex-fiance, it would have broke my heart. And you're propping her up. I was like, and you're fucking with my former best friend. I was like,
Do you think MJF's like he's done with AEW? Do you think personally think that?
I think if he is, Tony's not going to say it. But somebody brought up a great point. That's why
Yeah.
Tony gave these guys all this money because he knew MJF was gone, and that's why he's pushed the Undisputed Kingdom because there's nothing for them to build towards. If he's not coming back, you don't need to keep those guys strong.
Mm.
You know?
Oh, yeah, I guess. But he's also just like a really dumb booker.
He also is an idiot. So there's that to consider.
Yeah. But he has a really
Brian Gewirtz in an interview, nothing's by accident. So I can't see The Rock would know that's his fiance when he retweeted, or his ex-fiance that broke his heart, because he made it very clear she broke my heart. The Rock would know that. And I almost feel like they called her and they're like, can you paint this? And then MJF will take her from there. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I mean, Tony Khan, nice guy. Nice guy, but not a good
it would be such an interesting if he didn't whip Cody that night. That wouldn't have caused her to paint the painting. That wouldn't have caused Rock to be like, I love this painting. And he goes, I want to present it. That's the thing. He goes, I want to present the painting to Mama Rhodes on Sunday. And Cody did say my mom's going to be in attendance. So what if Rock is like in Mama Rhodes' face and then MJF runs out?
Maybe, yeah. What do you think about Tama Tonga and the Pope, supposedly Jacob Fatu? Do you think
I thought you said the Pope D'Angelo. I don't from
no, yeah. Do you think any of those two guys are going to show up? Tama Tonga supposedly signed, and Jacob Fatu, he's surprisingly MIA, right? Go ahead, sorry.
I think they're going to show up when he turns on Roman. So I think what's going to happen is because The Rock's going to cost Roman the match. Either Stone Cold's going to interfere with MJF, but something The Rock did, Roman's going to be like, if you didn't fucking play these games, I just would have beat him like I did last year. I didn't need you. And The Rock is going to be like, fuck this. You're a bitch. You're never my tribal chief. He's going to have the bloodline turn on him. And I think when they turn on him, that's when Tama Tonga and the other guy are going to show up. And they're going to be Rock's enforcers. And
that's possible. Yeah,
they're going to take out Roman, and then I think it's going to be at either SummerSlam, Cody Rock, and then I think we're going to have Rock Roman, not for the title. I think it's going to be Rock Roman at next year's WrestleMania.
So you think there's a good chance those two guys are showing up at WrestleMania?
After WrestleMania.
Oh, after WrestleMania.
I think either the Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania, Roman is going to say to Rock, because you had to act like a fucking goof, and you had to like play on social media and fuck with his mother and all this bullshit. Like, I lost the title because everything was fine until you showed up. I was the longest.
And then Rock's,
and then Rock's going to be like, oh, really? And he's going to beat the shit out of Roman and be like, you're out of the
family. Because after this WrestleMania, there's two matches that people need to now see. Yeah. One is Cody Rock, and the other one has to be Roman Rock. We eventually want to see that. So you got to get if Roman and Rock are on the same team now, how are you going to get to that level where they're now?
Cody has to win, but it has to be. It can't be clean. It has to be because Rock pulled some bullshit, and that inevitably.
Maybe he had a chair, and then Cody Duggs. Maybe he hits fucking.
Roman, or Stone Cold comes out, or MJF comes out.
Or, maybe like when Roman's down on the ground, The Rock takes a shit on his head.
Well, Vince takes a shit on his head.
Yeah. Vince is
I think if Roman wins and then like Rock turns on him anyway, that's not. Roman has to lose. Roman has to be like, I could have beat Hogan's record, but I'm not now because of you. And then it has to be Roman coming for revenge against Rock. And then you cement Roman as the babyface at next year WrestleMania.
So Jacob Fatu is wrestling at WrestleMania weekend, like on the indie shows, but that's still just indie shows. The Hardy Boys did something like that, and they showed up, right? So it's still possible. He's not really signed to anybody like Impact or anything. So there's room for that shit.
There's also room for. I also could see, and I would do this if I was Triple H. You take out one of the teams in that 6-pack ladder match. You put in the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, because Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, they're supposedly not resigning with TNA, so they're going to be. I think are they free?
They're free and clear, brother. They can show up anywhere. They can
Really, they
show up on
already are.
AEW tonight.
They're going to be on AEW tonight.
No, they could. If Tony wanted them and he signed them tonight, I mean, he could.
Ah,
They can show up anywhere, and they can show up on SmackDown Friday. They can show up anywhere they want. They can show up at fucking Effie's.
oh, they are free agents. Oh man, I would love for them to be in that 6 May ladder match, but I don't think they would get the reaction that you think they would get.
I think if they win, they will. They gotta win that if they do that. They have to win.
Yeah, yeah, they would have to win. If you bring them in, they will have to win. They would have to 100% win.
Because
I think they would be a great tag team to debut at like NXT. Like
yeah, but I kind of feel like they got to be in the main roster at this point.
Yeah, or if you want to use them as like a player coach in NXT.
Yeah, but I also I guess Alex Shelley is a full-time job. That's the thing with Alex Shelley is he still does that full-time nursing thing.
That's why he would be perfect for fucking NXT.
Yeah.
You know,
but the thing with AEW is you work 1 day a week and you don't really have a boss. So
yeah, exactly. And he's nice. He's a nice guy.
He can work his job and fucking get paid. Tony, I have this full-time job and I don't really want to. Also, I don't want to lose to anybody, so I'm not going to come in for anything less than $9 billion. Okay, you got it. You got it. Okay, sounds great. Oh, I love your work at TNA. Oh my God, this is great. The Motor City Machine Guns. Oh.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna fire 10 people to hire you guys.
That's probably why he fired those people, because they were both like, "We'll only come in for like $20 million," and he said yes.
Yeah.
No. What?
For those of you guys who don't know, AEW's finally did it. They have fired people before their contract has come up, and a lot of people are giving them shit for this. And there's a reason why. For the longest time, that was one of the hallmarks that AEW could rest, just like that was one of the feathers in their cap, in the sense that they were like, well, we're not an evil company because we don't fire people from the contract that we sign into. We just let it run out. But for the duration of the kind that we signed you for, you're getting paid. Well, wrong, because you have fired people, let go of people. So basically, you're breaking the agreement, and that's what a lot of people are used to point at finger at WWE, saying it's an evil company. Remember, it's like this whole one of the reasons why AEW fans were so annoying were because they kept paintbrushing WWE as being an evil company, right? While they're saints. And I think one of the things they were saying, one of the examples they were using as them, the WWE being an evil company, was because they would just release people and not honoring the contract that was signed. Well, here it is. This is the 10 people. Well, I would say maybe not 10, but a lot of people were fired before their contracts expired. People are giving them shit for it. I think they should get shit for this. Did you see that Slim J stuff where he was like, "Damn, I just wanted to get my wife and my daughter out of this shithole, and I failed." I was like, "Oh man."
I mean, they should, but also at the same time, Tony never should have made that promise. That's an unrealistic promise.
If you're number one, yeah, you shouldn't make unrealistic promises. But number two, if you're gonna make it, you better I think you should keep it. I think everybody.
But you can't keep it. That's like me saying.
Yeah, he can. His family has shitloads of money.
That's like me saying to my family, "I'm never going to die. I made a deal with God. I'm just never gonna die. I'm gonna live forever, so we don't have to worry about anything."
No, that's not the same thing. His family's worth $16 billion. They haven't made a single dollar yet. They're still paying $1 million contracts. You think Slim J was signed to $1 million?
Nobody has $16 billion because they run a ton of businesses at a loss. They get $16 billion because they run businesses at a success, and you can't keep every wrestler you met employed. You can't hire every wrestler you meet and have them working there forever. It's just
I'm not saying he should have done hiring everybody, but what I think, if he if he wanted to keep his niche fan base happy, what he should have done was just bite the bullet and let those contracts expire and then just not re-sign them. That's what he should have done. Just let a whole
Well,
bunch of contracts expire.
I also think there's a reason why they were fired, because he's finding out he's going to get way less money for that company for the TV rights. Something. There's a reason why he had to do it. Now, were those people the right people to fire? Probably not. But the bottom line is that's a mentally ill promise to make, and only mentally ill people think he's going to do it. So don't make that promise, because you know what I'm saying.
I think, I think his dad found out how much he spent recently, and his dad was like, "Well, hey, like both of us, we've paid for some expensive action figures, and when you do, you start going like, I gotta start downgrading this shit, right?" And he's his dad's like, "Well, no more figures for you. You got to get rid of some, save me some money." So
Here's George Lucas could walk into a fucking Arby's and order everything on the menu every day that he lives and never lose a single dollar, but he doesn't. Why? Because it's a fucking waste of money that he doesn't need to do. He can go to Arby's and have two things. You know what I mean? And yeah, I could order the whole menu. I could take the whole menu back to my house. But why would I do that? The same thing, like, why
yeah,
are you gonna hire
I
Slim
think
J?
it looks bad on him because he's now not keeping his word. I think it makes him look worse. That's what I
Honestly,
personally.
that's the least of his problems.
Yeah, that's true. He's having a bad week, brother. He is having a bad week.
So CM Punk finished my story by going on the MMA Hour and trashing that piece of shit Tony Khan for
Oh
hours
my
on
god.
hours. I would first of all, we talked about this a lot. We should have saved it all for today. I know if you're an old school fan, skip ahead to the SummerSlam thing, but I was shocked how much he went into it. I was really shocked that like
Yeah.
he did not
Yeah,
hold
I
back.
thought he had signed an NDA about the whole Jack Perry fight, the Jungle Boy fight, and what led to him getting fired, quitting. But he did not. He talked about the whole thing, and he contradicted what Tony Khan said. Tony Khan said that he had to fire CM Punk. CM Punk said, "No, I quit." And
Mhm.
part of the reason why he was doing this interview was to clear that up, right? Which I thought was huge. That was very big because Tony Khan did this whole thing about how he feared for his life, and he that's why he had to fire CM Punk. Do you remember this? And we all said like I could picture CM Punk attacking Tony Khan, grabbing him or whatever, threatening him. And CM Punk, his own words, said he did not do any of that. He just said I quit, and that was the last time he talked to Tony Khan. He didn't grab him or anything. And when Ariel confronted him about that, what about this fight? He just kind of smirked, like, dude, people they're I could. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this because people are fucking. They're trying to paint a picture of how I left, and that's not true. Let me
Mhm.
ask you that first question. Who do you think is telling the truth? Did Tony Khan fire him, or did CM Punk quit?
I mean, you can quit, but your company can still fire you. Tony Khan did put out the press release that he fired him. Tony Khan, like, yeah, you can say I quit, but as a boss, you can be like, you can't quit because you're fired. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
I see.
yeah, so Tony Khan did fire him.
But I don't think CM Punk like threatened
No,
Tony
no,
Khan.
no, no. I don't think he threatened him. No, no. But what I'm saying is, I think at that moment, Tony Khan, whether Punk said I want to work here forever or I quit, he was fired.
And do you think Tony Khan made up that shit about I feared for my life?
No, I think he could justify it. He did make it up because he's a pussy, but he could justify it being like, I was scared when I saw him choke Jack Perry. I was scared. I thought he would choke me next. I was scared.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah,
So,
CM Punk
from
did
a,
confirm that he choked Chunga Boy.
he did confirm that. And here's the
Yeah,
thing.
he confirmed he choked Chunga Boy.
I, I,
And I,
I said this. Tony Khan has to make it look like he thought something was going to happen to him for some legal reason. To have, so I think so Punk couldn't get money out of them or something, like Tony Khan has to stick with. I thought he was going to get me. I think Tony. If you ask Tony Khan, if you're a lawyer and you're under Tony Khan's going to say like, I thought he was going to come after me next.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good point. I do remember you saying something like this. Yes, that he has to stick with this. Tony Khan has to stick with the story in order to not have to pay CM Punk the remainder of his contract or something, because it would make it like CM Punk is breaking the contract, not him.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
and
think there's
Mhm.
somebody there, and maybe it was the dad. Somebody there that the moment that choking thing happened, I think Tony Khan knew he had to fire him. I think if Tony Khan had no one to answer to, he would have kept him, even after the choking thing. But someone in either his legal department or someone with his connected to his dad, I think, said, "That's fucking it. This guy's gone." So I think if Punk had been like, "I'm really sorry, but I want to work here forever. I'll even job on Rampage for a year. I don't care." I think they still would have. I think once he did the choking thing, Tony was told, "Get this guy the fuck out of here."
CM Punk also claimed that Collision was a Tony Khan idea,
Yeah.
not a WB Discovery request.
Mm-hmm.
So, meaning what CM Punk is basically alluding to was that that Saturday show was never requested by Warner Brothers Discovery, but it was a Tony Khan idea to keep everybody separated, which CM Punk claimed that he was against. He said this idea was not going to work, keeping everybody separated. He said it was a dumb idea, but he doesn't run the company, which I think a lot of people did suspect, but he's confirmed. Do you think
Yeah.
CM Punk is telling the truth about that?
Yes. So, and I do think it's a Tony Khan idea, because it was poorly thought out. I also think Saturday night is a horrible night for wrestling. Um, Here, Collision could have worked like this. If Collision was on, like, let's say Thursday, and they had an angle, CM Punk comes out and is like, "I'm not being fired. I refuse to be fired. I've talked to Shad Khan. I'm gonna have my own roster. We're having a separate AEW. We're gonna call it. You know what? It's gonna be called Ring of Honor Collision. I'm taking over Ring of Honor." Shad Khan said it's okay. I'm on my own roster. Da da da. No one from Ring of Honor can be seen on AEW. If you did it like that, it would have worked. But the way they did it, like everything with Tony Khan, the way they did it, where it's like there's kind of a brand split, but not really, and he tried to make it work, CM Punk, by being like, "I'm still a little champ," but the fact that like nobody on the other show acknowledged it was just insane. It's like imagine, like if Braun Strowman came out tonight or whatever and was like, "You know what? Actually, Roman didn't pin me in the triple threat. He pinned the Fiend. So I'm actually still the champ." And he's going on about it, and Roman doesn't acknowledge it. You know,
Yeah,
he's stupid.
it sounds like, and that's not a CM Punk fault. That's more like
No, that's a Tony
that's
Khan fault.
more the boss's fault
But
because
I could
you're
totally see. And you know what? To CM Punk's credit, he tried. And you know what happened with my friend Chris. If they did not do that collision, I wouldn't have been able to help my friend. We'll talk about that. You remember what happened the first night of
Mhm.
Collision? That was one of the craziest nights of my life. So I am glad that they did Collision. And I thought the first few episodes of Collision were great. And that's that. And he admits it. You see what happens when I'm the booker, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a sustainable night. It's not a sustainable night for a show, and it was a horrible idea.
Any show, really,
Any
any
show.
show, because
But a show
the
with the
people go
importance of
out.
CM Punk is just.
Yes. What
And if
else did? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And if the other show isn't going to reference anything going on, if Punk's literally calling out MJF and he's just not even acknowledging it after his whole return was to fuck with CM Punk, it just was so poorly done. It was poorly done, poorly thought out. He probably should have just let CM Punk go, but he didn't.
What else did he mention in this interview with Ariel?
Tony Khan's not a boss. He's a nice guy. He's not a boss, and they're not in the business to make money. They're in
Mm-hmm.
the business to have good matches. Now, here's what Brandon Thurston and the other guy from Post Wrestling, they put up a video, and they're like, "It no longer matters." This is what they said. It no longer matters how many tickets you sell. It no longer a lot of things. The one thing that does matter is if Tony Khan is going to get an increase in the rights fees when he negotiates with WB. He goes, because if he gets a decrease, AEW has failed. If he gets an increase, it's a success. So it doesn't really matter if the buildings are packed or this, that, and the third. And while I understand that point, what they're saying, I
Yeah.
think it does matter because if CM Punk and MJF are wrestling in a half-empty building for 3 years, and then you go to the table with Warner Brothers, and why would Warner Brothers want to give you more money?
Yeah, I agree with you. I understand where Brett Brendan's point is. I understand where he's trying to get at, but I think it will be a domino effect. Meaning, if you keep drawing low attendance and
Yeah.
the buildings are half empty and they're just not well attended, what's going to happen is people who do tune in to watch the television shows, I think, are going to see that and be less interested, which will mean that I think less people will be watching the show, which will mean the ratings will go down, which will then affect WB Discovery deciding on whether or not they want to keep renewing the show. And I think we're already seeing that because not only are the attendance dropping, the ratings are dropping. They went from
Yeah.
they haven't drawn 1 million viewers in a very long time. They were at the point where they were in the 900,000 range. Then they were in the 800,000 range, and now we're even getting to the point where it's under the 800,000 range average. And that, I mean, it's starting. They were in the that it's not a good sign. And ultimately, what that's going to mean. If you're drawing, why are the ratings going down? That would be a better question. Why are the ratings going down? Couldn't it be a possibility that when people tune in and see these half-empty buildings, they don't think this product is as hot as I think it is, and then maybe they don't want to tune back in? That's part of it. That could be.
That's part of it for me. I'll say the
Mhm.
one thing nobody mentions and nobody talks about when they talk about the AEW discourse and the rights fees and how actually, because if you ask AEW fans, it's fucking great that there's nobody in the building and nobody's watching. This is the thing I think, because these fucking reporters leave out, and I brought this up too, and I'll bring this up in the podcast. What were the ratings on Wednesday nights before AEW? Because if for like the last 20 years, TNT has been getting like 200,000 people a fucking Friday night, I'm sorry, Wednesday night, then they might be like, you know what? We understand there's 700,000 losers are going to watch Dynamite no matter what. We're happy with that. Here's an increase. Maybe try to get to 1 million again. But we don't know. They could be happy with 700,000. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
And if Tony's like, I can skate by with 700,000, then I'll just have Shibata fight Gamada.
I mean, I think if Warner Brothers is content with 700,000, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a bad sign for television in general, right? Because the
But how many
WWE, the
people
bar,
do you think were watching fucking Big Bang reruns in 2008 I'm sorry,
I don't
2018
know. Yeah, I'm
on
not
a
sure.
Wednesday? That's my thing. That's
Yeah,
what were the rating now? Yeah, I can't see that many people watching TNT on a Wednesday night the last 20 years. So
yeah. And I'm saying like, okay, fine. If they're satisfied with the 700,000,
it's not a good sign.
and they give Tony Khan some money to stay on, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because that means that's still an avenue for wrestling. But I'm gonna say this: I think even if WB doesn't re-sign them, I think AEW will still be around. They're gonna
Oh,
go to another channel.
well,
Yeah, yeah,
I said to you after I heard the CM Punk interview, because the CM Punk interview, the thing that was so great about it, everything I kind of suspected to be true about AEW, he confirmed. And
yes,
it's not like he confirmed it just because he watches it like me. He was there. He was right next to Tony. He was right next to the Bucks. He confirmed everything I thought. The time for it to be a competitor WWE, I still think it's kind of open, but it's rapidly closing. Um, it's going to become TNA. It's on the road to becoming TNA. Scott D'Amore, fucking Tessa Blanchard wrestling Brian Cage in front of 4 people. That's the road it's going down, and that's fine. But if you're a fan, and if you're one of these internet supermarks, and 5 years from now they're in high school gyms and you're mad or upset and you don't understand, because they cater to you. Because they didn't, like, you can't, that's the future. It's gonna be you watching this on Access TV at 2 in the morning. Because they're gonna keep catering to you. So just, you can't be mad when they fail miserably, because they're doing everything for you, and you should be happy. You, in a way, if you're an internet loser, I understand. If you're like a guy like Dave Bixban, who's a piece of shit scumbag, if you're a fat fucking slob like that guy, this is like, this is the best time for you to be a wrestling fan, because no one has ever created a show to cater to him. Like, literally, this guy is willing to piss away millions to cater to this fat fucking shut-in who has no friends, no romantic interests. He's gonna die alone in a fucking old age home. And this millionaire, this billionaire, knows who he is and is booking things. And I guarantee you, he said, I bet you Dave Bixban and those message board guys are gonna love this. They're gonna love it. That's fucking huge. Your life is no
basically what he's. That's basically what he's doing. He's looking for the niche market, and you know what though? I'm okay with that too, because you know what? That's still more wrestling for us. Yeah, at the end of the day.
No, we're gonna listen. We're gonna re-review the AEW pay-per-views when we get there in 30 fucking years. But it's fine. But like, but also then you can't. But then you can't, like, when it becomes TNA, you can't fucking be upset because it's because he catered to you. You're
you know what? I'm not upset, but
can't be confused.
You can't be if you're an AEW fan and AEW becomes TNA levels.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Just, you know, guys, breaking news. They're making a Silver Surfer a woman. Fuck them. Anyway, so fucking stupid. Fucking. I'm wearing a Marvel shirt of all days. I didn't wear.
Oh my god, that's right. You're not even wearing a wrestling shirt. You're wearing is Silver Surfer even on that shirt?
No, he's not, because that's when
you guys are wondering why I'm laughing. Is before we came back on, Ray was so fucking pissed off.
They cast, first of all, I think she's horrible in Ozark. They cast her, and I know, like, she's not gonna do anything to work out. She's gonna show up like she fucking went to and she's gonna, like, because they never have, like, these female actresses, like, even, like, train a little bit. Like, they just show up. That's what I know. You know, Robert Pattinson wouldn't go to the gym to be Batman, and they just let him.
I thought he was. I thought that movie was. I think that was the best Batman movie I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't think so, but
it was. It was story. It was like the. Is it the most entertaining Batman movie? No, but it was the best.
The best thing about that movie was he was in the costume the entire time. So
yeah, I think it
was. You know what?
Really
actually, I'll give him credit, because if that was, he goes, like, if I'm in the costume all the time, when I gonna work out? And also, I should be in the costume all the time, because people are here to see a Batman movie, not here to see fucking me movie.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree.
All right, let's talk about what's important in life.
Let's talk about wrestling. We gotta talk about wrestling. We gotta talk about the shit that matters in life.
So yeah, so at the end of the day, AEW's done, and all these losers who fucking love it.
I disagree. I'm not tapping out on them just yet, brother.
No. I'm not saying they're. When I say done, I don't mean out of business. I just mean it's gonna be TNA. That's all.
Yeah, and TNA's been around longer than WCW, so, and Ring of Honor at this point, and
Ring of Honor, dude. He didn't even. Let's hold on, guys. Did he announce any more matches?
They have a Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up this week. For
but they didn't even announce any matches. They announced a few. I'm gonna see Ring of Honor. What's it called? Super Card of Honor.
You know, he fucking lied about that too, Tony Khan. He lied about it in the sense that he said that they would never piggyback on WrestleMania weekend. And the first time they had that Ring of Honor,
he got asked about it. He said AEW is not Ring of Honor separate. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. That's a lie. That's he owns it. The first time that happened, he had an excuse in the sense that they had already booked this before I bought the company, which was true. So he couldn't do anything about it. But now there's no excuse. He owns it 100%, but he's still got to do it. He's got these fucking AEW talent like Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's on it. They got fucking
You ready for this
The
card?
guns are on it. What?
Ready for this card? This is the 6 matches that have been announced. Billy Starks versus Queen Amata for the inaugural Women's World Championship.
Yes.
Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson. Ooh. A 6-woman tag match for Stardom. Athena versus Hikaru Shida for the women's title. That could be a good match. Johnny TV versus Dalton Castle. Woo! That's a dude.
With no boys because they were fired.
That's main event match from the show main event, a WWE main event, and then Eddie Kingston versus Mark Briscoe. The only match that sounds interesting to me is Athena versus Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, but they have a whole bunch of people scheduled to appear.
Well, they could schedule my balls.
Also,
Okay.
the Guns, Wheeler Yuta, Jay White, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Tony Khan's probably gonna appear. You know,
I really appreciate everyone here.
You know what? He should appear. I want Tony Khan to actually appear, and I want him to. You know what I said they should do tonight on Dynamite? The first thing they should do is open up with like Eddie Kingston in the ring with a fucking mic, just responding back to everything CM Punk says. Just responding back.
I don't think so.
Eddie Kingston is their best talker, right? He's their best talker, and I think he should. Let's just do it. Let's go to war. I want to see it, dude. I want to see them taking shots left and right. Just do it. Just go for it. That's
I don't think so. But you know why? Because you should have done that September of 2022 when he did the brawl out. It's over. It's time to move on. All it's gonna do is make people more hyped for WrestleMania. It's over. It's over. You lost. It's over. There's nothing you can gain out of that. You're not gonna get a match with CM Punk.
No, I mean shit on WWE.
But all it's gonna do is make people want to go. Oh yeah, WrestleMania's this week.
Yeah,
there's nothing to be gained from it. You can't. It'd be one thing if like Seth Rollins was jumping next week to then you could. But like, there's no payoff. All you're doing is reminding people that they should be watching WWE. This show sucks because there's a fat fucking janitor in the ring. Probably, I mean, he is a great talker. He's gonna say bullshit. We're the best wrestlers. I'm a pound for pound. I'm Poroso, bro, from Yonkers. I like cheeseburgers. Like, he's just gonna say bullshit. He's not gonna fucking.
No. By the way, it is raining so much right now. It is just.
It stopped a little bit over here, so it must be.
Oh, it amped up bad here, but
I feel bad. Like, so I on Twitter, so many people I follow, like, oh my god, because they came from the West Coast, like it's so fucking cold and miserable in Philly, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be 30.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the 30s Saturday and Sunday night in Philly.
Jeez. Well,
remember how nice the weather was 5 years ago from WrestleMania?
Yeah, or how nice the weather would be in a SummerSlam, especially at SummerSlam 1993. What do you think the weather was like back then? Probably better.
It was better, but the show was shittier. Let me tell you something. This is one of the most frustrating shows I've ever watched. I leave whenever I watch this show. When I show it off, I'm fucking livid. I'm just so fucking livid. I hate this show. I hate this. I had already given up on WWE, but I asked what happened on this show. When I found out what happened back in the day, I was like, I made the right decision to stop watching this shit.
Okay, so I have a little bit of a different perspective than you about SummerSlam 1993. It's not a good show. I will agree with you on that. It's like kind of like boring, but I didn't get like mad. It was just like, it's not like I would get mad watching some of these WCW pay-per-views because they were so fucking bad and they made the wrong decisions. But this wasn't like insult your intelligence bad. You know what I'm saying?
I thought the ending was of the Luger Yokozuna.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The rest of the show isn't. The rest of the show is just the show. But that Lex Luger bullshit, it was just so fucking. It was so poorly handled. It was really like
that was poorly handled, and I don't know if you know a lot about it, but I'm curious if you do because I want to get to that. It made me get so many more questions though. You know?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, again, I'm 12, and I remember like they're gonna have the Intrepid, and I did watch the Raw after the Intrepid thing. Okay, I did watch it. I went to my friend's house because I wanted to be like, are they? is Hogan gone? Because they didn't say on the show Hogan's fucking gone. That's
No,
it.
no, no. Because back then they didn't say stuff like that. Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, and I don't have the dirt sheets. I don't have Dave Meltzer be like, you know what that is, right? Hulk Hogan's not coming back.
You know what it is.
You know what it is, right? So like, I went because I was like, well, maybe Hogan will like fight Giant Gonzalez. Like, I don't know. Like maybe like they're gonna let Hogan the like. And I watched and I realized that first Raw because if you watch the first Raw after the body slam, they announce the show starts and they go like Lex Luger's gonna do this tour across the country. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that, and he's fighting Yokozuna at SummerSlam and this, that, and the third. And you could tell like Vince is like he is the new Hogan, and you're gonna like him just as much as Hogan, and we're gonna do it right now. And I'm like, you're shoving this guy in my face. It's not gonna work. You can't make anyone. You can't just make anyone the new Hulk Hogan. This is fucking bullshit. And then I was done again. I didn't watch anything. But like, if you're gonna do it that hard, then just fucking let the guy win the match.
And you know what? Maybe, yeah, we should let's get into that when we talk about that main event. You want to
Okay.
go to the rest of the card?
Yeah, let's talk about the whole show because
Yeah,
there is some good stuff on this show. I'm not gonna say
yeah,
it's
there
all
is.
bad.
You're right. I agree. Like that's what I meant that it didn't infuriate me too much because I can't say the whole show was terrible. It just wasn't like
But
overall
but
wasn't
this
a
is
good
one of the
show.
first shows. This is one of the first shows where it's a one match show. What I mean by that is all these other matches have various degrees of importance, but the company put so much importance into that main event, and they're treating that main event like it's going to change like everything. And to shit the bed on it, it kind of fucks over the whole show.
Kind of, yeah. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
They,
But
they,
we're
they, they
getting
really do make it seem like this is one of the most important matches they've ever had in WWE.
yeah. So it is SummerSlam 1993. Fat Chance. Somebody has to stop him. And the poster, it's a very, to me, I think it's a very iconic poster because I remember this as a kid. It's a poster of a fat Yokozuna bonsai dropping on Old Glory, the American flag. I remember seeing this as a kid and thinking that was pretty cool. Do you like this poster, this image of Yokozuna bonsai dropping the American flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It happens on August 30th, 1993 in Auburn Hills, Michigan. 23,954 people are in attendance. That's a big turnout, I think. The buy rate was 250,000. Now, if you guys are curious about that, SummerSlam 1992, the SummerSlam previous, had about 280,000 buys. So it's around the same. They just kind of dropped 30,000. That's but it's around the same range. So it's all right. It starts with a cold opening of the Lex Express arriving at 6:02 p.m. Eastern Time, and Lex gets mobbed by the fans. You guys don't know what the Lex Express is? When Lex Luger went from the narcissist to being all-American good guy Lex Luger, they put him on a tour bus and had him tour around America. I always thought this was really stupid when I was a kid. Did you think this was stupid?
Yes, because first of all, like he's doing this thing where I gotta re-find America. That patriotism thing seemed fucking. It just seemed like you're retreat you're trying to redo the Hogan Slaughter thing, which wasn't good anyway, but it was good because it's Hogan. Now you're doing it with this guy. And again, back then, I didn't know this guy had that many great matches in WCW. I'm just like you just think anyone with muscles you can make Hulk Hogan.
Wait,
And
what do you mean they did this with Hulk Hogan? They had Hulk Hogan ride a
like the
bus?
whole like he's got to save the United States from the evil foreign when Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, okay. No, 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 no. I don't mean that. I mean him. What I mean is this.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
didn't
I'm getting. I'm telling
Okay.
you that. I'm telling you that.
Okay.
It just seems like you're trying to recreate this patriotism thing. There's no like it was lame. Nobody this patriotism. Go meet all these kids. Go see the country. It just seemed very forced. It just seemed like what it seemed like Vince is like, I have a month to make you as big as Hulk Hogan, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just have him wrestle, right? Like
Yeah.
matches, beat big time guys. Instead, he had to ride this fucking bus, and it was so stupid him riding a bus, not wrestling. Like, he wasn't wrestling, he was just riding a bus, and it was just like, why are you doing this? You know what they should have done? They should have done this for Sergeant Slaughter when they were trying to rehabilitate.
Well, what if Sergeant Slaughter is the? What if we don't see Sergeant Slaughter until this summer, and then he's like, I need to go with you so you can rediscover America because I don't. There's a
No,
lot.
that would have been better too. That would have been better
Look,
too. Yeah.
here's how all this would have worked. Just have him pin Yokozuna. There you go. Problem solved. You know.
Yeah. Anyways, Junior really wanted to sell this Lex Express because we get a flaming SummerSlam graphic intro, and we get Junior growling, "The Lex Express," like a whole bunch
Let
of
me.
times.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If they announced Mattel they were going to make a Lex Express with an Ultimate Lex Luger figure, would you buy it?
Wait, the
It was a
bus?
decent price with the bus. Comes with a bus. And you can put other
No.
figures in the bus.
No, I would not. No.
Okay. I for a decent price I would.
Okay. I not to say I wouldn't get a Lex Luger figure, because I do. I actually had two. I had the original Jax Classic, which I sold for a profit, but then I got the newer ones that are like, the Mattel ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's fine, but I to me, uh I don't think I think this made in the USA Lex Luger is my least favorite version of Lex Luger.
Me too, me too. But I kind of think like a Lex Express bus that the figures could ride would be kind of a fun accessory because they've never
Oh,
made a Lex Express bus.
no, I mean that's got to be a pretty big bust because you got to put
Yeah.
figures in.
I'm saying if they sold it for $20, they probably charge like
Oh, that's not realistic though. That's not realistic.
well, I mean, if no one buys it, then you go to Odd Lot, it's $20. Yeah.
No, now if they had the Lex Express bus, Mattel made one, and it's the price that it's supposed to be, like 60-80 dollars. I guarantee you and I won't buy it, but there are people who will buy it, 100%.
Yeah, I think people would buy it. I think now it would be such like I can't believe they never made Lex Express. I just realized they've never made that as a toy. Like not
You
even like
know,
a deal. I'm shocked.
I'm curious to see if there's anybody who actually I
Like
don't think
this,
I've met a single person who liked this Lex Express
dude.
idea.
That's what I thought too. I don't remember anyone who was like, "Oh, I was so hyped the summer of '93." I don't know a single person.
Yeah, I would love to hear someone's opinion who actually liked this idea, and not shit on them, but I want to say what makes you think this is a good idea? Like I want to know like what legit made you. Why do
I
you legit think it's a good idea? Because I'm
dude,
curious.
even the dumbest kid in my school, like the dumbest, like the brain dead kid that I went to school with, saw that this was like a desperate attempt to make a new Hulk Hogan. Like,
Yeah, but it wasn't even a good
but
attempt.
that's what I'm saying. Nobody. That's why nobody liked it. Like, you couldn't even fool the morons. And
Yeah,
so I'm wondering who got fooled because somebody must have been fooled.
yeah. I will say this: I think Junior probably was taking a shit on a woman's head when he came up with this stupid idea or something. But
I mean,
he would.
dude,
Go ahead.
I do think you could have made Lex the new Hulk Hogan, but this wasn't the way to go about it.
No, this wasn't the way to do it. That's what I was saying. I would have had him like wrestles a whole bunch of matches where he's beating like some big names or something like that. I have no idea. You know what? Here's the thing. I will say this: body slamming Yokozuna at the Intrepid was a good start. That was a great start, in my opinion,
Mhm.
because when he did that, I remember as a kid, I remember going, "Isn't that the bad guy?" I was like, "That's a bad guy. Why is he?" And the fact that like you had all these people who were like real football players, Macho Man, like Crush, and nobody could body slam Yokozuna. And when you think all hope is lost, this guy who's a bad guy comes in and he does it. That was a huge start for me. What did you think about that? Didn't you think that was a big moment?
No, I wanted Hogan there. I mean, it is a good start. I mean, from a booking standpoint, it's a great starting point. You know, no one expects
Yeah.
it. He shows up. I wanted Hogan, so I didn't like it. It is a good start, but then they fuck up everything as soon as they do it. Like,
Yeah, and that's what I'm
I
saying. Like,
mean, look, Cody winning on Sunday is the right move, but if he loses to he loses the belt to Drew Gulak on the opening match of Raw the next night, then it's a fucking horrible decision. You know what I mean? Like,
or Damian Priest.
no, that's still bad. By the way, did you see the Drew Gulak Ronda Rousey shit?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that? Let's you know what? Let's keep talking about SummerSlam '93.
Okay. Junior, for all his faults, he is going to be on commentary with Bobby Heenan for SummerSlam 1993. Um, and Bobby corrects Junior. Junior goes over all the matches, and Bobby Heenan corrects him and say, "There's actually 4 titles on the line tonight, not just the championship belts, but the King. The title of the King is going to be on that show tonight." I was like, "Oh God, that's so fucking lame."
Thank
But
God.
okay, whatever. We're going right into our first match. It is Ted DiBiase, no longer in a tag team, versus Razor Ramon, who's now a fan favorite. And
Yes. Looking like
Junior,
$1 million.
yeah, he's great. He was huge. Now, if you're wondering why Vince McMahon Jr. is on commentary with Bobby Heenan, Junior informs us it's because we're now broadcasting in over 160 countries, including this radio thing they're going to be doing, right?
Mhm.
We'll get more into that later. That's where Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon are going to be. But DiBiase, he starts. By the way, do you think that was true that they're broadcasted in over 160 countries?
It is true. The radio WWE did a lot. It's so funny. You know, the archives of that are lost. I guess no one recorded it. But also, if you had AM radio, even here in New York, you could tune in and listen to them. You didn't have to pay for the pay-per-view. You could just listen to the show for free on AM radio. I forget what station it was.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you think this pay-per-view was actually like shown, or Red WWF was shown in over 160 countries?
I mean, they see that dude, they were seeing it all throughout the '90s. They say it even now. I mean, I'm just gonna say sure. You
Oh,
know,
okay. All right.
I maybe like in Yemen, you have to like watch this channel at 3 a.m. and there's like and I don't know, like if it's shown, or maybe like it's shown in one country because they put out the VHS tape 4 months later, you can buy it. I don't know, like
Interesting. Possible, yeah.
yeah.
So this match begins when DiBiase attacks Razor Ramon from behind right away, but Razor fires back and he starts beating on DiBiase without ever even taking off his vest, his Stone Cold Steve Austin like vest. Ted DiBiase rolls outside, but he gets back in. He tries to reset, and and as they're doing this, the commentators they explain how all this started, this feud happened, how Razor Ramon should have just taken Ted DiBiase's offer to serve him. So some backstory on this. At this point, Razor Ramon got beat on Raw by the 1-2-3 Kid, and then Ted DiBiase offered him to be a servant, the new Virgil, if you will, right?
Yeah.
And he turned him down, and that's how Razor Ramon started becoming a good.
I did like it was a fun way to turn Razor face and to have Razor and 1-2-3 Kid become friends, because they become friends because of what Ted DiBiase and IRS do to them, which is cool.
What did they do to them?
He was like bully. He was calling Razor Ramon a loser, like you're a disgrace, da da da. And then like they started beating up the 1-2-3 Kid, and then Razor came to his aid. He's like, "You guys are talking shit about me. Now I'm gonna have his back. I'm gonna fuck both of you up." You know.
I when I was a kid, I was not a fan of this pairing. 1-2-3 Kid and Razor Ramon. I hated it.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it
Okay,
made.
but here's why I didn't mind it. I didn't ever actually. I still haven't seen any of the episodes. I just
Oh, so I thought it made Razor Ramon less cool.
I mean, he already wasn't cool to me. I hated everybody on this show back then. So
Oh, okay. For me, I didn't like it. Maybe I'm wrong.
maybe if I go back and I watch all these Raws and
Uh-huh.
Superstars, I'm gonna agree with you. But from like when I go back and watch the old footage, I don't mind the tag team.
They even culminate in a match where it's like you got to put on a diaper, which we're gonna see.
Oh, that's
terrible.
Dude.
Oh,
That's like in a year we're gonna talk about that.
yeah, it's fucking terrible. Anyways, Ted DiBiase is able to get some heat on Razor Ramon for a while, and then Razor goes aside, and behind the referee's back, Ted DiBiase starts removing a turnbuckle padding, but Razor Ramon is able to send DiBiase into it instead of himself, which leads to Razor Ramon hitting the Razor's Edge for the victory. What did you think about this opening match, Ray?
I actually liked it, and here's a fun fact: this is Ted DiBiase's final match ever, and he actually stuck to it. It's been 31 years; he's never had another match. I think at this point he can't. But
I did not know this was Ted DiBiase's last match.
final match ever, and I really liked it. I thought it was a you know when I was younger and I heard about this match, I was like, oh good, maybe Ted DiBiase is gonna be like a singles competitor again. But this was it. This is his final match. But I thought it was a good way to go out. You know, I thought it was, and I thought it was a great showcase of Razor. The crowd loves him. It's a really good opener.
If this is Ted DiBiase's last match, what do you think overall of his career? Do you think he had a? I guess you could say he had a successful career. We think he got everything
I
out of
mean,
it.
I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, when we go back and rewatch his matches, are they always the best? No, but also we're not watching. I mean, when we did watch that house show match with Jake the Snake, it was great. Listen, everyone knows who he is. Nobody ever forgot him. I would say it's a very successful career. You know?
Yeah, he could still make money at conventions even to this day from
Yeah.
just his wrestling run. Yeah, and I think he may have never won the world title, but he main evented WWF
WrestleMania,
pay-per-views. Yeah, he's what do you call it? He's a household name now in somewhat,
and
and
now he's
he
going to be a manager for a few years, so he's not done.
yeah yeah. So I would say yeah, it was a successful career. That's fine.
And you
Uh,
know what? It's sometimes it's better to get out while the getting's good. I think that was the right way to
yeah,
exit, and he didn't
he
do like
doesn't
these
walk around like
turns.
he doesn't walk around like a cripple, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So
Todd Pettengill, he is with the Steiner brothers' mother and the Steiner brothers'
it's a
sister.
kayfabe mom.
Oh, it's not a real mom, not real
That's
sister.
not his real. That those people are not their real family.
Oh, I thought that was. Well, how
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, I thought they were.
Yeah.
And Todd Pettengill is trying to interview them, but he's interrupted by Jim Cornette, who's in the ring with a neck brace, and he's introduces the Heavenly Bodies. And we're gonna go into match number 2 for the tag titles. Dr. Tom Pritchard and Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey versus the Steiner brothers, who are the tag champions. I did not know what a fucking gigolo was until Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. I swear to God, I did not know that. I did not know it was a male hooker. But that's what he's. I can't believe they're doing this. In 1993, they're calling him a
Well,
gigolo.
gigolo was a term I heard in cartoons and stuff back then.
Really?
Gigolo also can kind of mean a guy who like takes advantage, like he's a player. Like it was also a term for player.
Oh, what about a
There was a movie
juggalo?
called American Gigolo. It was a term that everyone kind of I knew it since I was a baby. A gigolo.
Oh, okay. What about?
If you would call a guy who like date a lot of women, that guy's like a gigolo. So like it was
Oh, okay.
more
So
common to say.
it doesn't necessarily mean male prostitute. It could just mean like a guy who's like sleazy.
Yeah, yeah. People use that sometimes to describe guys who are sleazy with women. Yeah.
What about juggalo?
That's if you like the ICP and you're sleazy with women.
And the juggalos will also eventually be in WWF.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, just like Ted DiBiase in the first match, the Heavenly Bodies attack right before the bell even rings. They attack from behind, and Rick Steiner, he's still got his jacket on, and he takes this really nasty double back body drop. He almost lands on his fucking head. It looks. I thought it was like, oh my god, he's out, but he somehow is able to get back up. He shakes it off, and the Steiners clean house, and the Heavenly Bodies have to go outside and regroup. Midway into the match, the Heavenly Bodies are able to blindside Bulldog Scott Steiner in a really cool spot, and this allows them to regain control of the match. The Gigolo hits a rolling senton off the apron when Scott Steiner is outside, and he starts doing his gross Gigolo dance. I will say this about Jimmy Del Rey. I did not like him as a kid because I didn't understand this gimmick. I was like,
Yeah.
why are they called the Heavenly Bodies when they just have the worst looking bodies? But that was the joke, right?
Yes.
And I will say this, Jimmy Del Rey is really good in the ring.
He
Like
is.
he had some great moves and he had like a great super kick. It was amazing.
I agree.
Um, yeah, Rick Steiner finally tags in, and the Steiners go to work, but behind the ref's back, Jim Cornette tosses Dr. Tom Pritchard, the racket, and he uses it on Rick Steiner, but he only gets a 2 count for it. Jimmy Del Rey goes up on top for a moonsault, but he hits Dr. Tom instead, and Scott Steiner hits the Frankensteiner on Jimmy Del Rey for the win. I really like this match a lot. What about you?
I like this match a lot too. This felt to me, especially now we've seen so much WCW, this felt to me like a WCW match somehow in WWE.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of did. It did.
Yeah, but in a good way. In a good way. Like I kind of feel like the Steiners, like they just did their own style. They didn't like really do WWE style. And the Heavenly Bodies were up for it. They're a Southern tag team. Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette, I'm really surprised Vince brought in. I'm still surprised this day. He's such a Southern NWA guy to be on WWE
Wait,
team.
why are you surprised that he brought him in? I don't get it. Because he's so Southern?
He's so Southern. He's so territory. And this
But
is
I
like
mean, he brought in Jerry Lawler, and he
that's the
brought
other
in.
one I'm surprised he brought in. Yeah.
I
But
think is this a bad time for WWF that they're just like,
yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. And also
and
he brought in Jim Cornette. He wanted someone to actually cut promos for Yokozuna. That was the main reason. So Jim Cornette got a call. And he's like, "We'll help you cross promote Smoky Mountain Wrestling." And he was like, "Really?" He's like, "Okay." And then Jim Cornette gets there and he does like this thing to promote Smoky Mountain. He pulls him in, and Vince is like, "I need someone to talk for Yokozuna, and it's got to be you. Bobby Heenan can't be on the road anymore. Mr. Fuji can cut the promos I need." And so that's how he got in. He was like, "I need you to talk for Yokozuna." He didn't go there looking for a job. But basically, it was like, if you talk for Yokozuna, I'll help you with Smoky Mountain.
WW basically you're saying Junior called Jim Cornette. Jim
Yes.
Cornette didn't call them. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I could buy that. I think that's Jim. A lot of Jim Cornette's life is like that. They're not. He's never looking for the job. They're contacting him. They're
Yeah,
reaching out.
and listen, it makes sense because Jim Cornette cuts a great promo later for Yokozuna. And yeah, if you're going to tell like more involved stories with Yoko, you do need, because Mr. Fuji couldn't get out 2 words at King of the Ring 93.
Yeah, yeah. His English was terrible for some reason.
Well,
And
yeah, so I really like this match. So yeah, so I really enjoyed this match. Again, if you like NWA, WCW, early 90s, late 80s tag team wrestling, this is the match for you, and it's happening in WWF with Vince having to call it. So check it out.
Yep. In my opinion, I think it might be the best match on the show.
You know, I used to think another match was the best match in the show years ago, but I think you might be right.
Yeah. Joe Fowler, who is one of the new, I guess, interviewers in WWF. He's in the back with Shawn Michaels and Diesel, and he asks HBK, "Hey, can you think you're going to be able to hold on to the Intercontinental title?" And HBK says, "I'm going to answer all those questions tonight," because he's facing one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time in match number 3. Shawn Michaels with Diesel versus the challenger, Mr. Perfect. They do show the radio WWF there, and it's Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon. They're up in like some kind of like skybox, and they're doing the audio play by play. And by the way, radio WWF, and we were talking about earlier, I looked it up. It is only going to be for this SummerSlam pay-per-view in 1993 and Survivor Series.
No, also Royal Rumble.
Oh, and Royal Rumble. So it's only around for like 6 months or so, and that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I guess it didn't work out.
Well, when he hired Jim Ross had by the way, which I listened to. So last year, Conrad, by the way, Conrad's such a con man. So Conrad has these tiers. You know, I pay for his thing, right? Ad-free shows.
Yeah.
But I pay for the lowest one, which is $9 a month, which you don't get any of the ads. But he has a higher level, which is like $29. Another one that's like $50. And he goes like, you get all JR's old radio shows if you pay for this, right? And then Jim Ross last year started doing less shows. He just dumps now. So like, if you ever pay for the Conrad Thompson, he's gonna dump everything you think you get, the exclusive stuff eventually when the hosts get lazy. So I've been listening to it. So Jim Ross. So I've been listening to the old radio shows, and they're kind of funny because everyone's in character, you know. And like they're not breaking character, but they're on the radio like talking like real people. But anyway, when they hired Jim Ross held a radio show. So I think he used Jim Ross radio show to turn it into Radio WWF. Around this time, Macho Man shows up on Jim Ross's show, just completely buries Hulk Hogan. So I think he thought like Jim Ross will be my way into getting more radio presence, and it didn't work for anyone. It all went
Yeah,
away.
didn't. So in this match number 3, this Intercontinental match, very early on while running the ropes, they kind of miscommunicate a hip toss. And it's very back and forth, including a really fun top rope dive that turned into an arm drag. It's pretty cool. HBK, Shawn Michaels, he gets monkey flipped over the top rope to the floor. I'm sure this disgusted Bill Watts, but I fucking liked it. It was a pretty cool spot. It's also very dangerous. I don't think I've seen a lot of people do that move. But Shawn Michaels back in the 90s was a different animal. Diesel distracts the referee, which allows Shawn Michaels to super kick Mr. Perfect, and then the heat is now on. Shawn Michaels is focusing on the lower back of Mr. Perfect. And all sorts of kind of attacks. And we're talking elbow drops, back breakers, even just standing on the lower back. Mr. Perfect finally makes a comeback, and he hits the perfect flex. But Diesel pulls Perfect off of the pin and pulls him out the ring. And Perfect is able to fight off Diesel and Shawn Michaels outside in the ring, but the ref is just counting. He's counting down. And and he's doing this, and he's not calling a DQ. And the reason why he's not calling a DQ is because Diesel technically did not land a single punch or touch on Mr. Perfect, which to me always made sense. Like, if the guy's not hitting you back, but you're hitting that guy, it's not a DQ. Perfect, he roped Shawn Michaels into the ring, but as he's doing that, Shawn Michaels, because his body's rolling in, he trips up the referee, Earl Hebner, and Earl Hebner falls. And as the referee's distracted from falling, Diesel takes Mr. Perfect and rams him headfirst into the post. And the referee gets up and he just starts continuing to count. Mr. Perfect gets counted out for Shawn Michaels to win and retain the belt. Diesel gets back in, and both Diesel and Shawn Michaels, they both start double teaming Mr. Perfect, and Diesel knocks out Mr. Perfect with a punch. And then as they're leaving, Todd Pettengill confronts Shawn Michaels, and he goes, "Hey, are you proud of this? Are you proud of this win like this?" And Shawn Michaels goes, "I'm the greatest Intercontinental champion." And then Mr. Perfect gets up, and then he runs them down to confront them. I really like the finish of this match, but what did you think about this match overall?
I didn't, every time I watch it, I think like this match should be better. Like these two guys,
it's not that good. It's not that good.
They don't have, you know what? Even Shawn Michaels has said this. They didn't have chemistry.
Yeah, and like I said, as I mentioned that early botch in the beginning, right? Because somehow they didn't have chemistry, but what I did like about this match is, like I said, the finish was very creative. I think like rolling somebody in, which trips up the referee. I don't really see stuff like that, but I guess some people just don't work well together for some reason.
Yeah, like Tony Khan and CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk still likes Tony Khan, but they just can't work well together.
Yeah,
very weird. It just wasn't that good of a match. Yeah, was this the match you thought that was better? The best match?
No. It was Bret Hart versus Doink.
Oh, okay. So Joe Fowler, he is with 1-2-3 Kid, who's very nervous because it's his first pay-per-view, guys, and he has to face the IRS. And he says, "Man, everybody's always bigger than I am, but I'm going to give it 110%. Just basic rah-rah, good guy promo." Was going to go to match number 4. IRS. He's on the microphone. He calls Detroit a tax cheat city, and he's going to be facing 1-2-3 Kid. I don't like that dog. No, it's a cute dog. It's fun. Yeah. IRS, he beats on 1-2-3 Kid a whole bunch, sending him to the floor twice. But the Kid keeps making quick covers every single time, every once in a while. 1-2-3 Kid, he mounts a comeback and hits a moonsault and a Mahista cradle and an Inzaguri. Each time he comes close, but he can't win. IRS eventually hits the flying clothesline called the write-off for the win. What did you think about match number 4?
Stunk. It wasn't that good.
This is a Raw match.
What?
This is a Raw match.
Yeah, honestly, I get why they did it. I get why I get why 1 2 2 2 3 Kid lost because IRS is staying, DiBiase is leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to keep IRS hot. I don't know. I can't get into IRS. I can't. I'm sorry.
I couldn't get into 1 2 3 Kid.
Really.
No,
Well, we'll see how you feel down the road. But yeah, this wasn't that good.
yeah, it was just like a TV match, really. Top Pettingale, he's with Owen Hart and Bruce Hart, asking about hey, how are your folks? How come your folks aren't here? And they say, oh, well, Stu went to the hospital because Jerry Lawler insulted them on Raw, and
Yeah.
as Stu was leaving, he hurt his ankle, so he blame it all on Jerry Lawler, and it's going to lead to match number 5. It is supposed to be Bret Hart versus Jerry the King Lawler, who comes out on crutches and an ice pack taped up to his knee. And he says, he gives a very long winded,
Oh,
so long, just to get to the point that he was in a car accident and he can't wrestle, and Doink is going to be his replacement. This promo could have been like 4 minutes shorter. It was so long.
dude, it's so long and
Oh,
so
God.
like not good and so corny. He really is like the Eddie Kingston of the '90s. Like it's just like,
I mean, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
even
I
want to.
disagree. I disagree because Eddie Kingston could at least cut good promos.
Well, they considered this a good promo back then.
Um,
This was just so lame, so
It
lame.
was. It was. You know what he felt like when I was watching this? You could see that Jerry Lawler was a territory star.
Yeah,
It was very old fashioned. Everything was so old fashioned. It was kind of a little hokey. And anyway, Doink comes in and he's got 2 buckets. He's got 2 pails, and he throws one at a fan's bunch of confetti, and then he throws water at Bruce Hart. Now it has been talked about that was a rib on Bruce.
yes. So, and also this at this point, the plan was for Bruce to turn on Brett, and Bruce and Brett at WrestleMania, and Brett had to convince McMahon Jr. that Owen was the better choice. But at this point, he's not going with it. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but Bruce keeps like breaking character to go after Doink. He's not like, you could tell the announcer's like fucking. I mean, the referee's like, can you just fucking sit there? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm glad. I think if they went with Bruce as the evil sibling, it would have been horrible. Would have been horrible.
Yeah. Brett talks about this in his book as well. He said this originally it was supposed to be Bruce, but he talked him out of it. He suggested Owen. He was like, yeah. And Bruce Hart is a weird person. He's not a he married, he was a substitute teacher, and he married one of his students. May have been with her when she was underage.
Yeah.
He blames everything in his life that didn't go well on Bret Hart.
Yes.
He is the reason why Vince McMahon never gave money to Stu Hart for the territory.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? Because
Yeah, he's a
Bruce,
piece of shit.
part of the contract, part of the handshake deal was that a Hart cannot be associated with any wrestling in that territory. And Bruce Hart, he joined up with somebody who bought the Stampede Wrestling name, and he started running a show with them. And Vince McMahon Jr., at the end of the day, he's a businessman. That's enough for him to say, you broke the contract, I don't have to pay anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's why Stu Hart never got that money. And Vince, I always think like he just ripped him off, but he didn't. Junior he had that opening where he could say, you broke the contract, so I don't have to pay you. And that's
Yeah.
kind of fucked up, but that's basically what happened. Bruce Hart's not a good person. And
You know what? I can't wait for Bruce Hart to die.
yep.
Yeah, it's really good. It's such a good thing they didn't do the Bruce thing. They went with the Owen thing. I mean, this company's a dumpster fire as it is right now in August of 2000. I mean, I'm sorry, in August of 93. If Bruce had been like your top fucking heel in 1994, it would have been even worse.
Forget about it. Yeah, forget about it. That would have been awful. So after he throws this, remember, Doink throws his water at Bruce that Bruce is not expected to happen. And
Yeah.
as soon as that happens, Brett, I think already knew this was not a good situation, so he starts with Doink right away.
Yep.
And he's basically saving him from Bruce Hart because Bruce, he just comes off. He moves the barricade, comes to ringside, and he's trying to get into it. The officials are there. They're just like, dude, get the fuck out of here. And Brett sends Doink. Brett and Doink, they start fighting in the ring. Now, Brett throws Doink back out the ring, and the cameras don't really catch this, but Bruce goes and he gets a shot in at Doink. They catch the aftermath of that, right? So he does get a shot in. And then Brett crotches, the match starts happening. Brett crotches Doink on the top, and then he does this great move where he's crotching the top. He grabs him by his hair and he kind of pulls him so he's draped on the top turnbuckle, and then he just like throws him down. I thought it was a really cool move. If you don't do that anymore, I like that move a lot. It's a good move. Realistic. It looks realistic. So Brett, he starts going after Jerry King Lawler, who's still ringside with crutches, which allows Doink to start his attack on Bret Hart. Doink tries to go for his whoopee cushion finishing move, where he jumps and just kind of sits on you, jumps off the top rope. But Bret gets his knees up and he starts hitting his moves of doom. But when he has a sharpshooter on Doink, Jerry Lawler comes in and hits him on the neck with a crutch, and it's a very hard shot.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to protect him at all. The officials hold back both Owen and Bruce from coming into the ring as Jerry Lawler starts beating on Bret. And Lawler starts helping Doink to the back. But when he starts going up the aisle, Jack Tunney, President Jack Tunney, comes and he confronts Jerry Lawler, and you can hear him saying, "The people paid money to watch you wrestle." And he goes over and he tells Howard Finkel something, and Howard Finkel says, "Oh, Jerry the King Lawler will be banned from WWF, if he doesn't wrestle." So we're going to go to technically match number 6, Bret Hart versus Jerry Lawler. Do you want to talk about the Doink thing, or do you want to just go to talk about this whole thing?
I thought him and Doink had a great match, and sadly, Doink soon enough turns face, and then they recast him. This is probably this is it for Matt Bourne. This is his last big moment in the spotlight. Great match. Again, it's very sad that he couldn't get his shit together and turn Doink into what I think could have been Undertaker Kane level. So,
boy, this is a lot of this pay-per-view, this SummerSlam 1993 seems to be a lot of last for a lot of people. Last Ted DiBiase wrestling match. Last big match for Doink the Clown. Not born Doink the Clown in WWF. So interesting. There's gonna be a couple more too. So Bret Hart versus Jerry Lawler. Technically, this is match number 6. Bret attacks the King right away in the entranceway, and he starts hitting him. He hits him with Doink's pail, his bucket. And Bret starts biting the King. You get a shot. When he's biting Jerry the King Lawler, you get a shot of Bill Alfonso, who is the referee, and you see he's toothless, but not as bad as later on in life.
yeah.
At this point, he's still got some teeth left. Bret hits him with the crutch, and then Jerry the King Lawler, he's able to use the crutch back on Bret. And Jerry the King Lawler, he yanks. There's a point where Bret's laying in the ring, and Jerry Lawler yanks Bret groin first into the post, and then Bobby Heenan starts doing this high-pitched talking voice because of that.
That's funny.
And yeah, and Junior tells him, "Stop it." I thought it was really funny. Bret low blows the King himself, kind of getting his receipt, and he starts fighting back. And then the King, he puts him in the sharpshooter, and Jerry the King Lawler submits, but Bret doesn't release it. He just holds it for a super, super long time. Now, okay, so the officials are trying to break it up. Both Bruce and Owen come into the ring, and Bret finally releases it. But the referees say because he didn't release, like we told him to, we reverse the decision. Jerry the King Lawler is the undisputed king of WWF, which angers Bret, and he attacks Jerry the King Lawler some more. And Bruce and Owen, they try to attack too, including Bruce like jumping on Jerry Lawler while he's on the fucking gurney, which really pissed off, I think, a lot of people. Now, I read that Bret did not like working with Jerry Lawler.
I don't like working with Jerry Lawler. I never worked with him.
Yeah,
it's just like It's a waste of his talents. Like, you know what? I'm watching the Doink match, right? And I'm like, why can't Doink have just attacked Bret Hart at the King of the Ring? And then they have the feud, right? And
Yeah.
Doink's like trying to drive Bret Hart insane. Like, why can't they just have the feud? Like, why does it have to be Jerry Lawler? Yeah, this thing goes way. This thing is so Memphis. It's so like territory wrestling. It's not WWE. The fact that it gets reversed. I feel like Jerry Lawler booked this whole segment. I didn't feel like Vince booked it. I feel like Jerry Lawler booked it.
Probably Brett supposedly said when Jerry Lawler attacked him at King of the Ring, he like hurt him for real.
Yeah.
And he like with the beating him on the stage. So when he put on the sharpshooter, he like really put it on and didn't like stay longer than he was supposed to because he wanted this guy to feel some pain. So that's what he proposed.
And they keep this feud. This feud goes until 1995.
Oh my god, this feud is so long. Yeah,
This feud just keeps going. And part of the reason why I had to keep going was Jerry Lawler does get arrested for fucking a 12-year-old or some shit in a few
yeah,
months.
a young underage girl.
Although the 12-year-old did came out and say like he didn't fuck me months later, but whatever. What do you want? What do you want from me? Listen.
No, I'm thinking she got paid off.
No, maybe Vince was like, I can poop on your head later if you feel like
yeah.
it.
I'll give you 20 years later, you'll come work with me and I'll give you a job. It was Janelle Grant.
So Janelle Grant is a child, kidding. But yeah, I used to really like this segment, and then like when I was watching it today, I'm like, this just keeps going on, and it's like, why can't Brett and Doink wrestle for 30 minutes? Like, why can't that just be the fucking segment?
So you thought in SummerSlam 1993, Brett versus Doink was the best match of the show, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now that you watch it again, do you think you're saying that?
I think the Steiners and the Gigolos, American Bigelow.
That's definitely, in my opinion, the best match of the show. Yeah. Okay. Let's move right along. All right. Ludwig Borga. He's at the ugly part of Detroit, and he starts trashing Lex Luger for never stopping here. Hey, how come your Lex Express doesn't stop here? I bet you it never did. And I was like, yeah. You know, I used to love this gimmick. I used to love that there was this foreign guy trashing America, and you know what I found out? It's not a gimmick. This guy really fucking racist, right?
Yeah, I know. You know, he's a Nazi.
Yeah,
he has the Nazi tattoo on his leg.
Yeah, Ludwig Borga is a neo-Nazi. He's from Finland, and he didn't have that's what they said. Like, he didn't have a good childhood growing up, so that excuses racism. Like, no, fuck you guys. And anyway, he been to prison a bunch of times, including there was a time in prison where he said to a black guy, like something about like, you can never, no matter how many times you watch, your skin will always be black or something like that. Some awful shit. And he wrote some racist books, which got him elected.
Yes.
To some kind of position in Finland. If you hate this guy from what he sounds like, don't worry, he killed himself before he turned 50. So he's already dead.
I don't think he did.
No, he did. He killed himself. He shot himself in the head. Yeah. He didn't have a good life.
Yeah, he did. Oh wow, it's been a while too,
yeah.
dude. I thought he was still in office.
Yeah, this guy did MMA. He was in office, but while he was in office, he also had a lot of drug problems. He was on coke. He was drinking a lot, and he lost his. I think his wife left him, and then he lost his job. You can't be in office drinking and driving and shit, getting caught like that. So he ended up shooting himself. But I will say this: this guy might be a fucking shitbag of a human being. I did like this gimmick.
I never liked it.
You never liked Ludwig Borga?
I didn't like anything, man. I wasn't watching, but when I would see like there's a guy named Ludwig Borga, and I saw his picture, like, guy looks like a jobber.
He reminded me of Dolph. He reminded me of Ivan Drago from Rock.
Yeah, he's supposed to. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. And this is gonna be match number 7.
Wait, did you skip the Survivor Series commercial?
I may have.
Okay.
No. I didn't. That's coming up.
Okay. Let's keep going because there's something interesting about the Survivor Series commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is gonna be Ludwig Borga's, I guess, first WWF pay-per-view match. It is Marty Jannetty versus Ludwig Borga. Marty, right off the beginning, just turns his back on Ludwig, and then Ludwig just starts beating him. It was stupid, very costly. And you see, by the way, if you're watching this on Peacock, you can see Ludwig Borga's SS tattoo on his calf, his right leg, at the 1 hour 29-minute mark. That's they because he used to wear these short boots, and you could actually see his fucking Nazi tattoo. Also at 1 hour and 31 minutes, and you see something hanging from his titties. I don't know what it is. Anyways, after taking a bunch of beatings from Ludwig, Marty mounts a comeback with 2 super kicks, but Borga finishes him off with the torture rack, and then he, to add insult to injury, he leaves like the Rockers by doing the fucking leaving the ring, the rope, over the top rope thing like the Rockers used to do. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
What did you think about this squash match?
Ludwig Borga did have a good move where he threw him up in the air and then punched him. I thought that was good.
So like Cesaro does, but yeah, this was earlier. Yeah,
Earlier. I wonder if that's where Cesaro got the idea. He's like, I could do that better because I'm an.
And it's a cool move. Yeah, it's cool.
But overall, I didn't like it. It was just a glorified squash. I don't like the Ludwig Borga character. Bruce Pritchard, Conrad said to him, "Do you have anything positive you can say about Ludwig Borga?" He goes, "I have nothing positive. I don't consider him to be a human being." This is like now, like the guy's a Nazi piece of shit. Fuck him. You know what? The minute Vince saw that he was a Nazi, he should just fucking fired him. He should just like why are you having Marty Jannetty put this guy over? Like, get him the fuck out of here.
Because Vince McMahon is not a good person.
Exactly. But that's exactly right. But Bruce Pritchard said he was a piece of shit. So.
Yeah, I believe that. Mm-hmm. So after this, we get a Survivor Series promo, and Junior tells us the team elimination is returning. And then Bobby the Brain Heenan and Junior, they start trying to do this funny thing where he's like, this funny bit where Bobby the Brain Heenan is trying to do this math about the tag team. Oh, we could have 2 on 1. You could have 3 against 1. But it's not as funny as the Steiner math.
But there's something weird because Vince starts going, don't accept any substitutes. The only pay-per-view is Survivor Series. He starts going on this rant. Yes. Like there might be some other things. They're phony baloney. And so in '93, WCW tries to get one November pay-per-view. It's Battle Bowl. And then they never do. They do one 2 years later, World War III, but at that point, both companies are doing every month. But I was like, why is he freaking out like this? Did he know? Did they already announce that Battle Bowl was going to happen in the middle of November, and he started like getting like fucking annoyed by it? Because he makes his big rant.
He does.
And to me, it's like, well, now you got me. Like, to me, I'm thinking, I know what happens, and I'm like, was WCW planning something big on one of these shows, and he knew, and he was starting to freak out? Because why is he freaking out about the fact that like there's another pay-per-view that month?
Or do you think he was just being paranoid?
Maybe he thought Hogan was going to debut. Maybe he thought Hogan was going to show up at Halloween Havoc or Battle Bowl. I don't know.
Let's see. All right.
It's but did you notice it was very weird? He almost like breaks.
Yeah, he was like, it was the first time it felt like I'm hearing about a competition.
Yeah, and to me it's like, but Vince, no one in their right mind would order Battle Bowl over Survivor Series. Like, you don't even have to mention it. Like, to me, that leads me to think he thought something big was going to happen at Battle.
Maybe he did. Maybe there was supposed to be something that we don't know,
Okay, but maybe there'll be a hint of it the next few weeks, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is definitely weird because WWF at this point, they're never almost mentioning the competition. Dude, this is before the internet. If some people never watch WCW, you may never even know there's another wrestling company.
Yeah, you might not know. Yeah, it's almost like Triple H like having a meltdown about Ring of Honor on Friday. You gotta watch SmackDown. You can't. I know people want to order pay-per-views. SmackDown's free on Fox. Like, why are you like freaking out?
Yeah, it's kind of like nobody's like it feels very paranoid, right? Like you're just
it feels like he knows something's gonna happen and he's fucking pissed about it.
Let's go to match number 8. It is the Rest in Peace match, which means there's no disqualification, no countouts. Basically just like a no holds barred match. It is Giant Gonzalez who comes out with Harvey Whippleman, who has the urn, Undertaker's urn. And I noticed something different about Giant Gonzalez. He no longer has the fake fur on his outfit. It's just leotard with no fake fur.
Good.
And you're gonna be fighting the Undertaker who the lights go out, and when an Undertaker comes in, he does that thing where he raises the arms and the lights come on. This is one of the first times this is the first pay-per-view we're gonna see him use this gimmick. They start fighting on the outside where the Giant throws Taker to the steps.
Wait. So you know that person that left a nasty comment on my thing?
Yes.
Some guy commented, "How are you a trans and a hater? Pick a struggle."
Pick a struggle. That is funny. That is very funny. Okay.
All
That's
right, keep going.
all right. All right, so they fight on the outside where the Giant throws Undertaker into the steps and then uses a chair on him. Remember, there's no DQ in this. This allows Giant Gonzalez to start beating on Taker. And as he's trying to reach for the urn, but Undertaker's like trying to reach for the urn, but he can't. When all of a sudden you hear a gong. And then Paul Bearer comes out with a black wreath. And then when he gets to ringside, Harvey Whippleman charges at him and Paul Bearer lariats him. And then he gets.
Did you see how good that lariat was?
Yeah, it's pretty good. This is when Paul Bearer wasn't as fat as he would become.
So I always forget Paul Bearer did have matches of world class, but it's kind of crazy because he. This is how you can tell this guy is a good worker. He moves so slow until he hits that lariat, and the lariat is so fucking fast. You're like, oh fuck, you can actually move. Like you are actually kind of athletic, but you're hiding it this entire time. It was really, I actually think that's a spot you should show people trying to be a wrestler. Like, look what this guy did within a second. You didn't even expect that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
very impressive spot for me. I was blown away how good it was.
That's being in character,
and he's still in character. Mm-hmm. And I mean, this match is goofy as fuck, but I don't know, the way he did that was like, it was like a ninja move. It was really fucking cool.
Yeah. Paul Bearer, now that he has the urn, he raises it to raise the Undertaker, and Undertaker starts he starts clotheslining.
Wait, did you notice? Hold on. Did you notice he raises the urn at first? Undertaker doesn't get up, and then the referee walks around Undertaker, and he kind of mutters something, and then Paul Bearer, then he gets up, and then finally gets up. I think the referee's saying like, "Hey, he's raising the urn. You have to fucking say."
Yeah, but I totally get this because when he's raising the urn, and Undertaker's laying on the mat, the Undertaker can't see it.
Yeah, he should have went like, "Oh!"
Yeah, he should have been a cue. There 100% should have been a cue. And I think it was Bill Alfonso. I think he was the referee. Yeah, you see him walk around, probably going like, "Get up, brother," or something like that, probably. Anyways, Undertaker, who's now up, he starts clotheslining a Giant over and over again. Giant won't go down though. So Undertaker finally goes up to the top rope, and he does a flying clothesline for the win. Afterwards, Giant Gonzalez is so mad he chokeslams Harvey Whippleman for failing him. What did you think about match number 8?
Number 1, it's Giant Gonzalez's goodbye match. Number
Another
2,
goodbye on this show, huh? Maybe that's what Vince McMahon was scared of. He's getting rid of a whole bunch of people, and he's afraid they're going to all show up.
Well, let me tell you, Giant Gonzalez and Ted DiBiase aren't going to really change anything.
Maybe Ted DiBiase.
What?
Maybe Ted DiBiase.
No, and I think he heard about Hogan. Whatchamacallit? I actually didn't hate this match. You know, I thought it was pretty good for an Undertaker Giant Gonzalez match. It's overbooked and shit. It could have been a lot worse. I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm. But it was actually not that bad.
I didn't hate this match either. None of these matches on this pay-per-view, I can't say they're bad matches. Like, you know,
no,
they're just like,
it's just the direction of the place is very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. And I would say a lot of this is like TV stuff, but this is like the end of the storyline. You know, like I get it. You know, it is what it is. Joe Fowler, he is with Yokozuna, the WWF champion, Mr. Fuji, and Jim Cornette. And Joe Fowler says maybe Lex Luger will surprise everybody, and he's gonna take this belt. And Jim Cornette says the biggest surprise is your employment, and it is. He won't be here. Joe Fowler will not be around. He's only there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's gone by Survivor Series.
Now, Ray, you said earlier on that Jim Cornette was hired to give the promos for Yokozuna, and he does give a very fiery promo here on Lex Luger, which I thought was very good.
Yes.
We're going to move on to the penultimate match. This is match number 9. It is a 6-man match, a trios match. The Smoking Guns and Tatanka versus the Head Shrinkers and Bam Bam Bigelow. They come out with Appa and Luna Vachon. During this match, they do announce Shawn Michaels has left the building.
I thought that was
And
funny.
yeah, I like that. I still love that fucking gimmick. I wish somebody
They
would
should still do it. They should do it at NXT this Sunday.
Yeah. I wonder if they don't. I don't actually. It might not work anymore now because a lot of people
No,
don't
no, no.
know.
I think they stopped around 94. They stopped. So.
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah, I think the reason why it won't be able to work now is because I don't think people
Well,
would know that's an Elvis thing.
they don't. Yeah, they don't understand it's an Elvis reference. People didn't.
Yeah, yeah. As right in the beginning, the good guys they try to get a jump on the bad guys, but the fucking heels just lay them out. This is a fun spot. I rarely see this where the good guys are like, "Yo, let's get the jump on them," and then like they just all get their ass kicked. It was very interesting. I like that. Tatanka, by the way, he's got new face paint on, and he's going to be starting the match with Bam Bam Bigelow. And Tatanka is able to back body drop Bam Bam Bigelow's cool spot. Billy Gunn and Fatu get into the ring, and they have some really good hard-hitting chemistry. This is a skinnier, smaller Rikishi, and when he was smaller, he was actually way more athletic, and they hit hard, these two. The heels eventually get the heat on Bart Gunn, making frequent headbutts from everybody, just hitting headbutt on this guy, this poor guy. Tatanka gets the hot tag in, and he slams Bam Bam Bigelow, hits a DDT, and including a top rope crossbody, but only gets a 2 count. Tatanka tries to go on a warpath, that Ultimate Warrior kind of like hype thing where he starts prancing around the ring, but Bam Bam Bigelow hits an Inzaguri and takes him out with some spit too. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool seeing a big fat guy do an Inzaguri like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Smoking Guns try to save, but both get taken out. And Tatanka, he's in there alone with all 3 bad guys. And all 3 guys, the Head Shrinkers and Bam Bam Bigelow, they do a triple headbutt to Tatanka. He falls down. He's laying in the middle of the ring. And all 3 guys go up to do a triple flying headbutt. And they all miss. It was a really cool spot. Tatanka rolls up Samu for the win. The match wasn't the greatest, but just like that, what do you call it, match with Shawn Michaels, the finish is really cool. I like the finish.
It's a fun little. I think it's a popcorn match, so people can get ready for the big Lex title shot.
Yes.
It's fine. It's just fine.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Billy Gunn is wrestling in 45 minutes, and we're in 2024, and that was 1993.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah.
Russell J. White. So it's main event time here at SummerSlam 93 with Andrew Lee Bro. We're talking Yokozuna, Lex Luger, of course.
Paper towels, that is fucking
Hebrew. So that match, fun little popcorn match, whatever it is, what it is. And now it's time for the main event.
Yes. Before we get there, Joe Fowler, he's at the Lex Express bus with the bus driver, Hank Carter, who's not allowed to come see the show. He has to watch it from the shitty little TV on the bus. And he's asking, hey, what's the highlight of the Lex Express? And he goes, I'm going to Philly, the Children's Hospital and shit. I thought it was really funny that they would not let this bus driver come into the building to watch it.
It's really got a kayfabe, brother.
Yeah. Todd Pettengill, he's somebody who I thought he was with a pirate. And he's actually a fan who's draped in red, white, and blue. And he's like, my mom got me these bed sheets from Sears. So funny, dude. That was the funniest. This guy looks like an adult. He doesn't even look like he's not a kid. He's an adult. And he's just like, my mom got me these bed sheets from Sears. And that was so funny. That was really funny. That was a different time. Howard Finkel, he asked the people to stand up for the Japanese national anthem. People are booing because it's sung badly, not because they're racist. And then after that, Randy Savage comes out with Aaron Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Savage is the master of ceremonies, whatever that fucking means.
It means he's here to get the pop because you don't give a shit about anyone else but him, but I don't want to make him a wrestler. So
yeah, stupid. Neville sings the anthem. By the way, Aaron Neville, he's got like a sword tattoo on. He got a sword tattoo on his face when he was 16 years old. And his dad, made him scrub it off with
Mhm.
Brillo pad, but it still kind of remained fainted. If you watch him
I think
sing,
he's a good singer, Aaron Neville.
I don't like the way he sings.
Really, I always liked it.
He twitches a lot. I don't
He's
like the way he twitches.
well, it's
Um,
because he's got that fucking thing on his face.
yeah, but he's got a beautiful voice. But anyway, he touches up the tattoo later on in life. But if you watch this 1993, you can see a little faded tattoo there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is match number 10. It is for the WWF title. Yokozuna, the champion, with Jim Cornette and Master Fuji. They come
Master of
out,
Ceremonies?
Master Fuji, yeah. And Vince McMahon is in mid speech when he sees a sign that says Yoko Tuna, and he goes, Yoko Tuna? He like he just stops. He's taken aback by Yoko Tuna. And he goes, that was gonna be a massive one. Stuff is really funny that really threw him off. Anyways, first is Lex Luger. Mr. Fuji tries to Pearl Harbor Lex Luger right at the beginning, but Lex Luger telegraphs it, and he gets in the first blows on Yokozuna. Yoko tries to fight back, but he misses a leg drop. He misses an elbow drop, and Lex has leaned out, and he's much quicker, which they do mention on commentary. A
Mhm.
double throat chop puts Yoko back in charge for a bit, and then Mr. Fuji tries to throw salt at Lex Luger, but Lex suspects it and he blocks it, and he's back on the attack. But then he tries to body slam Yokozuna and fails, and he gets super kicked by Yokozuna. On the outside, Yokozuna starts choking Lex Luger with some of his gear, and then he squashes him against the post. But he misses him with a chair shot, and Lex hammers him back into the ring. Lex tries some axe handles, but Yoko just won't go down until finally a third top rope attack drops him. They both do a double clothesline, and they're both down. And while Jim Cornette distracts the referee, Mr. Fuji throws Yokozuna the bucket, and he uses it on Lex Luger, but only gets a 2 count as well. Yokozuna belly to bellies Lex Luger, but only gets a 2 count for that as well. But Lex is on the ropes. He is dying. Yokozuna hits a backdrop suplex for a 2 count, and he puts a hold on Lex's trapezius muscle, but Lex is able to fight out of it, and he tries to body slam Yokozuna one more time, but he falls. Yoko falls on top of him. I like this story that they're telling in this match where
Yes.
Lex Luger first body slammed Yokozuna to start this whole thing. But since that time, Yokozuna has put on more weight,
Mhm.
which they talk about. He's close to 600 pounds. So now Lex Luger can't body slam this fucking guy, you know?
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
very reminiscent of Hogan versus Andre, the
Yes,
body
but
slam.
not good. Yes.
I mean, I think doing it well here. I thought the
I
story,
mean,
the match.
I mean, yeah, the match is going okay until what they do with till
Yeah, until the end. Yeah, the match is going good. I like this match so far. Yokozuna drops the leg drop, but he can't get the win. So he sets Lex Luger up for the bonsai drop. But Lex moves out of the way. Lex Luger finally body slams Yokozuna, and he knocks Mr. Fuji on the apron. And when the ref's not looking, he lowers his forearm pad. And he knocks Yokozuna, and Yokozuna gets knocked out of the ring for a count out victory for Lex Luger. He knocks Jim Cornette out for good measure. As he's celebrating, the Steiner brothers, Tatanka and Randy Savage come in, they celebrate him like fucking idiots because everybody knows you don't get the fucking
you
belt.
can see the crowd. You can hear like some people pop. You can see some people in the crowd make this face like, "What the fuck am I watching?" When he's
Yeah.
celebrating.
When he gets the count out victory, there's an initial pop at first, but
Mhm.
it quickly dies down because people start realizing why are they celebrating? Like they're celebrating like they won the World Series, but you're not getting the fucking belt. And um, Bobby Heenan mentions that too on commentary, and his balloons falling, and he's like, I didn't get the belt. And um, can I ask you before I ask? Let me start with what do you think about this match?
It was better than I remember until the finish, and the finish is fucking horrendous. So the match stinks. He just stands there. It would be one thing if like Jim Cornette was distracting him, or fucking Ludwig Borga was distracting him, and then he's like, "All right, well at least I won because like I didn't like win the belt, but at least I overcame the odds, right? I couldn't get him in the ring in time, right?" But he's just he has plenty of time. to get this fucking even if like he goes out, he can't pick him back up, and he's like, well, fuck, I'll just roll back into the ring and get the count out victory. But he's literally standing there like a moron, and then he celebrates like he won the World Series, and it's like, you're
Come and
dead.
celebrate. We all come and celebrate, right?
Killed this guy. You've killed this guy. You
Yeah.
could have just had him lose. You killed
Yeah.
him.
And let me ask you another question. Why did they do this? Why did they do this finish?
Because I think they had I think the Lex Express wasn't going the way they thought. I think I heard Bruce Pritchard said he was kind of a dick to people sometimes when he met them. And I think they had second thoughts about making him the face of the company. So they gave him the count out win. And I think at the time, I think they thought, we'll let him win at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And
Actually,
maybe we can adjust it on the fly.
they did mention, Lex Luger did mention that he said Vince's plan was to have him win it at WrestleMania. So,
But here's the thing.
mhm.
You went so hard on this
Yes.
campaign. He should have just won. And if he's gonna win a count out, and maybe this is Lex. Maybe Lex forgot like there was more to be done. Just don't let him just stand there. He has plenty of time to get Yokozuna back in the ring. He has plenty of time to like tell the referee, stop the count out. I want to pin this guy. There's so much that Lex can do, and he's just standing there. And then when he celebrates, I think that's, you killed him. I think you never gonna recover. If he was like frustrated, but then celebrated, like Ray said,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
no,
If
your
he was-
win's a win, brother.
That's what makes this annoying is that if he was annoyed that he won by countout and he didn't get the belt, I think that could have made this not as bad as it would have seemed. But the fact that he's celebrating like an idiot and these people like his fans come in, they're just like, yeah, we did it. It's like that's what makes it look really dumb, you know?
I'll tell you what would have been. This is what I would have done. He can't get Yokozuna off the floor. Yokozuna is just too fat. And he's
Yeah.
like, fuck it. And he rolls back in the ring and he wins. And then it's like, he's like, okay, like I've got to get stronger. I've got to train more because I couldn't get this guy off the floor. And then you fucking at WrestleMania, you have Lex, same thing, but he gets Yokozuna off the floor and into the ring and pins him. Like that's the thing. Like if Lex tried to, and he's like, he's just too fucking fat. And he just said, like, I couldn't do it. Like I just, in the moment I was too weak. I couldn't do it. At least I tried, right? At least I fucking tried, and the win's a win, and I'll win next time again. That would have been different. But he's just standing there. It's just like, but here's the other thing too. Don't put yourself in this position. Once you book this Lex Express thing, you had to have him win. There was no other thing to do but have this guy win the match. And then take it from there. Take it from there. Like, I think like, let's say by October, November, like, actually Lex fucking stinks. You can have Yokozuna pin him, and then it makes Yokozuna even a bigger threat to Bret Hart or Owen Hart or whoever, the Undertaker, whoever the fuck you want to lose to Yoko. But you just give this guy the belt and you go with it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is not a bad match, but the ending really taints it real bad.
But this is the problem. And that's the other problem. So if you're a longtime fan, because now, me and you, it's been a year and a half we're watching these. This is like the fifth fuck finish for Lex. If you're a longtime fan and you're like, all right, Lex got fucked over a bunch in WCW, he's gonna finally like win. And then he is made to like an idiot here. You just lose faith in Lex. You're no longer a fan. It's like, I've seen, how many times do I have to watch this guy look like a buffoon? Like,
When you can, as a Lex Luger fan, you can start losing a lot of faith in him, 100%.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, I guess Vince is gonna book him the same way that Crockett and Hurd. Like, this is literally, you want to talk about, you're such a fucking genius. You're booking this guy like fucking Jim Hurd and Jim Crockett and all the and Bill Watts. No, Bill Watts, he left before Bill Watts took over. Like all these other fucking loser fucking bookers, you're booking him the same way. And it's like, but in a way you're even dumber because you put more money into this.
Yeah. And to add insult to injury, right after this, we get a very long Lex Express music video. It was like, what is the point of this? We see this long music video for Lex Express, and at the end of it, they show Yokozuna, who's still knocked out on the floor, which would have made more sense if you did that thing where he's trying to get him onto the ring, but he's so knocked out, you can't even get in the ring. After this, but this is the part that I did like. after this, Joe Fowler, he's in the locker room with Lex Luger, the Steiner brothers, Tatanka, and Randy Savage, and they're just like he's about to interview them when Ludwig Borga interrupts, and he says, "I'm not impressed with you, Lex. I'm not impressed with your friends. I'm not even impressed with America." And he goes, "I'm gonna crush you." And this kind of leads with that like cliffhanger of a new feud happening. I did like that, you know.
Uh sorry, I thought I heard something. See, I have problem with that too. You like it because you as a kid you like Ludwig Borga. I think if you're invested in the Lex Yoko story, you're probably thinking like there's going to be another chapter now, and now they're telling you Lex is going to have to fight this fucking loser for 5 months, and you're like, well, this guy just showed up and he wasn't that good in the Giannetti match, and now I have to watch this garbage. Like they're gonna make me. I don't know. Like to me, if I wasn't done at King of the Ring, it would have been done here. Like, woo, what a stinker. He just is not doing anything right, Vince McMahon, at this point. And he has a steroid trial, and he has all this. No excuse. You're fucking. You're swinging and missing because you gave up on Hogan and Macho Man too fast. He gave up on
Yeah,
the two.
I think maybe that trial is kind of part of the reason why. I mean, there's a lot going on in his life. He's not,
The solution for your top guy is staring you right in the fucking face and you have him in commentary because you're a fucking idiot. Like, that's your solution. He's the most over guy. He's one of the best workers you're ever going to have, including the people that are working today. He's one of the best characters in wrestling history. He's right fucking there. Macho Man Randy Savage. And what do you have this guy do? He's walking out with Aaron Neville like he's Aaron Neville's fucking busboy. Like, give me a fucking break.
Anyways, overall, I would say don't watch this paper.
No.
It's not worth watching. Yeah, if you want to see how good the Heavenly Bodies are, watch that one match, but don't watch anything else.
Let me tell you something, and this is a lesson. Hopefully, Triple H and Nick Khan listen to this. Cody cannot lose on Sunday. I don't care if Cody's injured. You fucking still have Cody win. Like if Cody gets injured mid-match, because you're gonna turn him into an even worse version of this Lex Luger character. You fucked it up last year. He has to win. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no logic. The only way you'd have Cody lose is if you want to bury this guy and hurt the fucking company. Like, and maybe you do. Maybe Vince, in the past, Vince would, but this is what happens when you don't deliver on the promise. You just had to. All you had to do was have Lex Luger win. You couldn't do it because you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Cody needs to win. Lose the first tag team match, but he's got to win at the end.
Yes. Okay. So, I don't care about some people on the internet. So like, well, Roman has to beat Hogan's record. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
Nobody gives a fuck about that at this point.
I don't give a fuck.
The guy who cared, he's no longer there.
And if you care about that, you're not. You're not a person who's spending money. I bought a fucking ticket to see this guy win. I put money down. So give me what I want.
Not once, twice.
What?
Not once, but twice.
Twice. Sometimes
you paid money to see this guy win.
Sometimes it's okay to give fans what they want. Sometimes if you're expecting something to happen, it's okay to just do it. Like you don't have to like subvert well, you were all expecting that, so it would be great. No, yeah, I'm expecting it because wrestling's fake. I want to see the Mets win. So anyway,
like a male Silver Surfer.
Fuck that. Oh yeah, male Silver Surfer. Yes, the best. Yeah, dude, the internet's people are already arguing. Every time you're upset, like, you hate women, I see like people out right now are fucking fighting over it. I'll say this: you know what? You want to say I hate women because I think female Silver Surfer is stupid. Fine, I hate women. All right, I'm a fucking misogynist. Just fucking that's fine. That's fine. But it's fucking stupid. Norrin Rad should be the Silver Surfer. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. But
I
agree. All right, let's review. Don't forget to come by Friday. Let's review the next 4 weeks. Because we got a few weeks, Andrew Libro. Next week, Full Brawl 93, Team Vader versus Team Sting. In 2 weeks, Halloween Havoc 93, Cactus Jack versus Vader. In 3 weeks, Battle Bowl, a whole fucking 3-hour Battle Bowl tournament. I'm sure you're very excited about that. And then in 4 weeks, Survivor Series 93 with Team Lex versus Team Yokozuna. Team Lex is Lex, Undertaker, and the Steiners versus Crush, Jocks, the Mountie, Crush, the Mountie, Ludwig Vorga, and Yokozuna. What are you looking forward to the most in that?
I did I did see that match when I was a kid, right?
The
The
Ludwig Orga
Survivor
match?
Series match. Yeah. But it's the Foreign Fanatics,
Yeah, the Foreign
right?
Fanatics versus the Allied Powers. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm actually curious to see that whole pay-per-view now. Because I saw that one match when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to see the whole show. I didn't I but what about you, man? What do you want to
It's
watch?
that's not a. I've seen it. It's not a good show. It's
Oh,
probably at this point the worst Survivor Series. I think maybe I'm wrong. We watch it. I'm interested in Halloween Havoc '93. See Cactus versus Vader. That should be fun. But
that should be fun.
overall, it's not going to be a good 4 weeks. None of these shows really appeal too much to me. Once we get to Starrcade '93, it picks up. At least in the main event scene. Ric Flair and Vader. Ric Flair and Vader have a great match. Some people say it's the best match in Starrcade history. So
By that point, we're at the tail end of '93. So okay,
yeah,
welcome him
and
back.
then once we get to
Welcoming him.
'94, at least in the WCW side, it kind of picks up. But I'm not looking forward to the next 3 weeks. I'll tell you, I don't think these are going to be very good shows.
I'm curious to see if we shit on WWF as much during this time period, which is not going to be a good WWF time period. I wonder if we're going to shit on WWF as much as we shit on WCW and all of these.
I already can tell you that
You
I
already are. This one, you
I
really
would be
fucking
very
hate.
surprised that if rewatching Survivor Series '93 we like it because I remember it being an atrocious show, atrocious. They fucking fall off a cliff on this year. They really do. And '94 I don't think is any better. So anyway, that's the show. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Ray Goots Comedy on TikTok. My WrestleMania bit at New York Con Club is blowing up right now. Fucking people are having feuds in the comment section. And
Awesome.
what? Andrew Sonnelly.
Awesome.
Hey, guys, there's going to be links to both the Laps Fan show and the ECW show in the comments. Please come to the shows, support live comedy, support everything. And we will see you next week. We're going to record after Monday next week. So you're going to hear our thoughts on WrestleMania. You're going to hear our thoughts on the Raw after Mania. You're going to hear our thoughts on the half-empty Collision. Dude, Collision, by the way, on Saturday's airing at midnight.
Yeah, I know.
I might watch it and then go to sleep. But that's it. We will see you next week for Fall Brawl '93, Daddy. Woo! Happy WrestleMania week.